Hello, my monstrosities. Hello once again. Today I bring to you a DVD discussion video. There's been a sentiment expressed by parts of the community in places I shouldn't be, like Twitter and Reddit, that has always annoyed me. But the bad guys are the ones that have all the fun perks that are good too. The survivors can't do anything fun, and that's why I have to run what I run every game. Yeah, no. As somebody whose YouTube channel for uh, 200 plus videos now has been making bad guy builds that are effective and don't use regression, I have always been upset by how limited the perks are, where they're either not good or they're not fun. And very rare few are good and fun. And as you can see from the tier list, at the bottom I have regression. Because the regression, there's nothing entertaining about it. There's nothing good about going, oh, because I did X thing, the gen is less progress. Like, that's not fun. So, with the rest of the list, I'm going to be going over perks that are good and fun, good but unfun, very middling, usually the utility perks, things that are bad and fun, and things that are bad and unfun. So, let us begin. First, we have agitation. Now, I just did an entire video where agitation was in it, but what I also think is a good thing to mention now is that I don't want you to think about, oh, but if I put this perk with this perk, that makes it. No, we're going to talk about the perks in a vacuum because that's the issue here. If the perk by itself is very unfun, bad, mediocre, whatever it may be, we have to examine its effectiveness by itself. So, agitation is mid. It is a utility perk. It doesn't really do much for you. Then we go with nurse's calling. I'll put it in good and unfun. You can do fun things in combination with it, and it's okay. It's not quite mid, it's a little bit better than that. But you aren't really doing anything besides seeing people if they're healing. And we go to barbecue and chili. And again, it's mid. You're not doing anything. You're just putting somebody on a hook, and then you get to see other people. Beast of Prey. Bad and unfun. Why are you. Let me actually make sure that's not territorial. Oh, this is in order by alphabet. So yeah, this should be Beast of Prey. Beast of Prey. That should tell you what I just said of me having to worry if I have the right perk. Where it is. It isn't good by any means, and it isn't fun. You have to be in chase and then get Bloodlush 1 to become undetectable? Who cares? Bitter Murmur. Mid. There's better things. Uh, there's barbecue. And just off of this, I think I'll put barbecue in good and unfun as opposed to mid because I think it gets a little bit more credit. If I can put nurses up there, we can put barbecue here. So barbecue, moving that up to good and unfun, and bitter murmur is just exist. Bloodhound, bad and unfun. Uh, I've made a video with it, maybe two, and might be a third coming up, but it's kind of really for the sake of saying that it's been done. It's not anything to write home about. Blood Warden. This is where we come to in the current state of DBD. I almost said D&D. Unfortunately, it's bad but fun. Most people, it's very rare that you'll catch somebody with Blood Warden now without dedicating an entire build to it, right? Everybody knows, hey, let's 99 the gate just in case of Blood Warden. That's why everybody 99s gates. Because if somebody goes down and then gets hooked, then everybody's in trouble. So, because of the effects that it's had on the game, it is now bad, but I'd say it's fun because, hey, when it happens, but you're not going to get much value out of it. And we have Brutal Strength. It's a utility perk, it's mid. Deerstalker. Bad and unfun. I'm not even going to put it in mid because it, yeah, you can keep track of where people are on the ground. I guess you can see everybody plot twisting nowadays, but it's not good overall. You're probably better off taking nurses, if I'm being honest, because they'll probably be some have a teammate trying to heal them. And also, it's not a fun playstyle for either person. If you're not bringing knockout in combination with it, or you're playing twins, you probably aren't slugging, unless you're only two, I guess. And there's just nothing to it. It's not fun for the other side either. Then we have Devour, and this will be my first that I put in good and fun. Why? Well, it's good. It is a good perk, and it will make everything shake up once it comes into play. Now, what happens, unfortunately, is a lot of the time you'll be like, oh, my Devour got cleansed before I could do anything. With this risk or reward, it gives you a bit of a thrill. And then we come over to, yeah, who cares about distressing? It's mid. Honestly, I would put it in bad and unfun, but it's a utility perk. It falls in line just about here. Dying Light. Uh, it's the problem with Dying Light is it isn't great. I've done things with it, but I do have to be honest. It's very meta dependent. In some metas, it will be mid, but the fact that it will buff your enemy in the current state of DBD, you kind of can't afford it. People are already able to just be faster and do gens quicker because they're injured, so they don't really care about healing. And then it takes you, what, 3 stacks to get over the resilience buff. So, in the current state, we're putting Dying Light in bad and unfun because you're not doing anything. Then we go to Enduring, a utility perk. It is, you're just getting hit less. Again, by itself, enduring isn't the most thrilling thing in the world. Same with Fire Up. You are just slowly breaking things more and vaulting faster, and that's picking up and dropping faster. It's a utility perk. Franklin's. You're not doing anything. It is, you are just making people drop their items. There's nothing in itself that is just like, oh, this is exhilarating. Scourge Hook Hangman's Trick. Why is this why is it huh, I guess they just dropped the Scourge Hook placement from it. Yeah, okay, they're just taking out the first part. Hangman's Trick. Bad and unfun. It's not even a good utility perk. Yes, I've just done a video with it included where I got some value out of it, but I would not recommend this unless you were doing exactly what I did for memes. And even then, I itself isn't fun. You're just carrying people and hoping you can see people around an object. Huntress's Lullaby. This one, it's not good. It can be fun. It falls to where Devour is where if you are having a decent one, you'll hear a little pop pops all over the map, and that can be funny. And it's caused by this being, I'll give it fun. Insidious. Now, again, this would be utility, but in itself, it's awful, but fun. There are certain things that in a vacuum that if you just stand still on Doctor or Spirit, well, maybe not Spirit nowadays, but not everybody knows that you can just have fun with it, but it is bad. Iron Grasp in a vacuum, bad and unfun. Congrats, you are carrying people easier. Knockout, good and unfun. I'm putting it in good and unfun because I've appreciated more with my patent pending night build, but you do truly have to not not value it too heavily because it's a little bit better than mid. It is a little bit better than mid, but it isn't necessarily the most exciting thing now, is it? It's just giving you more pressure so you can play the game, but in a vacuum, you're not going like, oh my gosh, I always have so much fun because I hit the person with knockout. Like, some team on comms completely destroys knockout anyway. So, good and unfun. Then we have Lightborn. It's a utility perk. You can have a good laugh every now and again if you bring it, but you shouldn't be bringing Lightborn, so that's a problem, yeah? Then we have Make Your Choice. I'll put this in good and fun. I will put it in good and fun. It gives you a little mini game. Oh, I heard a scream with so and so, so they're exposed, and now for a minute they have to run for their lives. But it it actually isn't too bad if you're not doing the camping thing, which nobody's doing, or they shouldn't be doing because of the anti-camp mechanics. It's not too bad. I think it gets a worse rep than what it needs in this modern day. Monitor and abuse. Is it fun in itself? Is the question. It can help you sneak up on people, and it can lead a lot of different things. I'd personally put it as just a utility perk because it's just monitor and abuse. But you can have fun with it on certain people based on their tear radius, based off the mechanics of their power, so we'll give it a pass and put it all the way here at good and fun. Monster Shrine. It's mid. I'll again just used it as a refresher. It's mid. There's nothing really fun about it. You're just watching. You're watching paint dry. Essentially, oh, the timers are going a little bit faster. Oh, and that's about it. It isn't some massive advantage. Again, a team on comms just destroys this. It exists. No it. Good and unfun. It can lead to a lot of cheesy wins, but it isn't necessarily fun, right? You didn't really earn it like Devour. You just have the perk on. This I put it how you put MFT. And before you go, see, you all have no ed. You should just MFT is fine. No, you also have hope and adrenaline, so it's just like congrats, you made it to the end. No ed is you get that first excitement of having no ed for about the first 5 games you have it, or until you get any better at the game, which I know DVD players don't want to do. But once you get a little bit better at the game, you realize, hey, I've devoted one perk slot to make it so that hopefully I don't lose at the end, where this could be a perk slot to make it so that they don't make it to the end. And we have overcharge, regression. Sure, it's passable now as a perk overall, but it's not fun. You're not doing anything. Overwhelming presence. Bad and unfun. Congrats. People within your terror radius are having their item charges go a little bit quicker. Play with your food. This is bad but fun. In no world really should you be like bad and fun is are you actually going to put it on almost any build? No. No, you're not. You're not going to go out of your way to break away from chase, from not hitting your obsession, just to be 5% faster until you swing. And that swing can miss and still count at a max of 3 tokens. It can give you fun times, but it's bad. Then we have, oh goodness, what is it even called? You see scratch marks for longer, or tighter, not even longer. They are tighter together. Can't even remember what this is called at the moment off the top of my head. It's bad and unfun. Remember me. Bad and unfun. There's no reason you should actually be running Remember Me. I understand you want to run your endgame build. It got buffed. It doesn't matter. You have to hit your obsession 4 times to make it so that everybody that isn't your obsession can do the door slower. Are we really again? It's about watching paint dry. Ruin is I'm not giving it enough credit to put it in good, and it definitely isn't fun. It's very mid. Save the best for last. Good and fun. This is good, and I think too many people give it too much credit. I can guarantee you do not need to put Stabiffle on everything. You won't get that much value out of it. You will get more value out of just using your power, things like that. You don't need to put it on everybody. And I think everybody likes the little dopamine hits that you get from hitting faster. So we'll give it a pass to good and fun. Shadowborn, utility, sloppy butcher, good and unfun. It's okay, but yay, they are healing slower, and you can make it so that if you are in the right place at the right time, they have to heal again. Spies from the shadows. I it's utility. It's not great, but it's a little bit better than these two. It's you can find value out of it, but is it fun? Not really. You're just kind of seeing things. Strider utility works on probably one character. That being Spirit. You could put it on Knight. I don't recommend it. You have better things to do with your time and perk slots. Surveillance. Not fun, but you can see gens. Oh boy. Territorial Imperative. Bad and unfun. Congrats. You now know somebody went into the basement at one point in time. And then you have a cooldown, and hopefully somebody goes into the basement again. Like, what is that? Thanatophobia. It's not good. Now, again, when I put it on builds, there's reasons behind it. It's more of a psychology thing where players hate seeing a red bar. So it's mid, but it's not fun. So let's not even act like it's fun on top of that. But it's not the worst. It's not this level of bad, right? It's not here. Third seal. It's not great because it is a hex. Thus, it gets cleansed very frequently. Can it lead to fun times? Yeah, it can, because people are blind and they start doing blind type moves. So, you know, I'll give it a little bit more credit than just being just straight up utility, but not by much. I mean, I guess technically this would be giving it less credit, but it is still fun, right? Eh, eh. But it's not good. So, by the criteria, it's not good, but it can be fun. Thrill of the Hunt. Now it's a shadow of its former self, which is kind of sad. It wasn't that great to begin with. At first, it was giving notifications when somebody was on a totem. Now, you just slow down their totem doing speeds, which eh. Tinkerer, good and fun. It is good and it is fun. You still get value out of it, and you can do some funny things with it. Unnerving presence. Bad and unfun. Who cares about skill check zones being smaller? But you can put it on pig. No, you cannot. It does not apply to the boxes, no matter how many times somebody tries to tell me that. Unrelenting. Bad and unfun. If you are a new player watching this video, I beg of you, stop asking if you should put unrelenting on things. Stop it. Get some help. Why on earth would you waste a perk slot in any situation that says if you miss less? It does not work on things like the dredge's locks. And again, are you really, let's think critically, ever, if it did, going to waste one of your 4 perk slots to hit locks a little bit faster? Let's be serious. Whispers. Eh, mm, eh, it's bad, and it's not particularly fun. Uh, it's a good-ish beginner perk, but there's much better. So, you know, eh. Bamboozle. We'll put it in good and fun. It is pretty much a requirement on Bubba and Billy, but outside of that, you can do some funny things, and it's not the worst because you do get extra vault speed. So, good and fun. Colorophobia. Very mid. Very mid. People have to be within your terror radius. It's very very mid. Like, what are you doing with this? Truly, you can have fun times in the sense that, hey, I got over here and now I know that they missed a skill check. You know what? Just to give it some credit, it's just not that fun. Like, nothing's happening. You're hoping for something to happen because, hey, people can hit the skill check still. It's not really that good. No, it's staying in mid. I'm sorry. Pop. It's regression. Yay! I kicked a gen and it lost progress. Haunted grounds. Good and fun. It if it happens, it gives you a mini game, so it's fun and you can get value out of it. So good. Rancor, bad and unfun. It it's the thing about Rancor is you go, come on, it's good and you can have fun with it. Can you? Can you really? Because you just avoid your obsession more than with the Biffle. because you can then take your obsession out and you get information. But if that was the case, you see more people running it over Stabiffle. It's very, very eh. It, and again, fun is subjective. You know what? Hey, I'll toss it a bone because some people do have fun with Rancor in the end. So we'll give it bad, but fun because again, you wasted one perk slot to take one person out of the game when you could play the game again by itself, not comboing with other perks. Spirit Fury. Um, we'll give it. I really want to give it good and fun, but the thing with Spirit Fury is that you'll see it probably one time per game. Once people know that you have it, they will just start pre-dropping, and that isn't the most entertaining thing. So you'll get value out of it once, and probably it, but you know, it's very mid. Discordance, a tracking perk. It's mid. Not it's not bad, but you're just the gen's yellow, gotta go over there. Iron Maiden, its utility. Debatable on Artist and Bubba, or I guess Billy to an extent too. If people are trying to dodge you by going into lockers, and Trickster, but Trickster also is using it to reload faster, along with Huntress. So it's utility. Mad Grit, it's bad, but sure, you all love watching people punch while holding things. Sure, I'll give you fun. It's not that great. Corrupt, good, but unfun. You're blocking 3 gens until you get a down. So, and honestly, I'd argue this should be until you get a hook. I think it could use a little bit of a buff. It's not the worst. It's not bad by any means, but making it until you get that first hook, I think that's okay, right? I think that'd be fine. But then monster people start slugging. I guess, eh, eh. It's not the worst thing. Dark Devotion, um, bad but fun. You can do fun things with it, but I don't recommend you going out of your way for it. Infectious Fright, good but unfun. You are just now somebody is in the area. Furtive Chase just got buffed. Feel bad. Is it fun? You know what? I gave Dark Devotion fun, so I'll give Furtive Chase fun. Furtive Chase needs to last longer, if I'm being honest with you. For 18 seconds, I don't care. I don't. It doesn't get me much. 18 is such a weird number, too. I'm all ears. It's bad. Is it fun, though? I've had fun moments with it, but it isn't good. The cooldown is way too long. Uh, that at least make it good and fun, but it's bad. Thrilling Tremors. You are just carrying people and then seeing what gens are blocked. It's mid. Claustrophobia. Bad. It's not good, but you can have fun with it. Fearmonger. Good and unfun. Congrats. It will do things like stop exhaustion for longer and make people blind, but it's not really fun in itself. Jolt, Surge, whatever its name is right now, its regression, it is what it is. Blood Echo, this is mid, because it's not particularly good, but it's not also particularly bad. And it definitely isn't fun, nor is it terribly unfun. It's mid. Nemesis. It's bad, bad and fun. Again, people, we have to think in a vacuum. You can do things with Nemesis and be like, oh my gosh, that person hit me. Now they switched their. No, actually, I take that back. By my own guidelines, it doesn't. You switch obsessions and you see people. It's bad and unfun. In a vacuum by itself, it is bad and unfun. Zanshin tactics. Oof. Not fun. We'll put it. We'll put it at mid because it's a utility perk, so there's not much you can do with it. DMS. Good but unfun. Yeah, there's characters that make it fun to block gens, but it in itself, you have to hope that they let go of a gen one way or another if you can't force them to. So it's good, but it isn't particularly fun. Gearhead or tracking, not fun in itself, very mid. Retribution, and again mid. It's pretty much just utility. Deathbound, does it get the same pass that Make Your Choice does? No, because it's just oblivious. So we'll put it in bad and fun because it's a mini game at least. Force Penance, utility, not quite fun, but it exists. Trail of Torment, bad, but it can be fun. So yeah, I don't recommend Trail of Torment even in its buff state, truly, because you still see that it's a yellow gen to be done, and you do need to combo things with it to get the most out of it. But it can be fun for people. Blood Favor, good, and we'll give it fun. For much like Haunted Ground actually, you have an effect that is effective and can be fun in the sense that, oh, I caught your palate. Oh, so we'll give it good and fun. Dragon's Grip, bad but fun. The cooldown is too long to make it good, but you can have fun times with it. Undying, utility, cool, good and fun. Congrats, cool, you finally made it to where people actually will run you unironically. Order, bad and unfun. Since the change to items where you can't even find out if people are picking the box or vaccines or EMPs, which again, that's what I'm salty the most about because this and Franklin's would have been great about for a singularity, but hey, we had to make that change. Uh, it it's not good. I actually was recently testing it, and you'll be surprised how many times people actually don't, even with Franklin's, don't touch the item when you don't know about it. Oppression, regression, but also not good and not really that fun. Crowd control, mid. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the same benefits of Blood Favor where you are the one activating it. And there's some maps where it will not come into play. Like the game where there's about 4 vaults. So, eh. If this works on pallets, if this starts working on pallets, that'd be dope and then it'll move up. But until then, that's where we are. No Way Out, good, but unfun. Hmm, you know what? No. we'll give it good and fun. This is one of those perks where, much like Blood Warden, you can have a funny haha moment, and it's good, so we'll give it good and fun. Starstruck. Now, a lot of people give me crap for my take on Starstruck. I guess mainly because of who I put it on. But it's okay, and you can have fun with it, so we'll put it there. Then we have Regression. Hysteria is bad. It's a fun perk in the sense that it has nothing else going for it, really. Uh, no, actually, I'm sorry. You can't put it. It's not. It's not fun. You have 30 seconds to get somebody else on Oblivious. You're not. That's not enough time. Leave the Pursuer. Good, but it's not particularly fun. You just know where people are. Deadlock. Good, but again, not particularly fun. Gift of Pain. Good, but you're not really doing anything. You are hoping that you put somebody on a scourge hook and that you get benefits from them being on the scourge hook at one point. Plaything. Good. And I'll give it fun because Oblivious is, you know, it has its moments as well as gives you tracking. Plaything, I do really enjoy it. Grim Embrace. Bad, but can be fun. It gives you a side quest, but the juice ain't worth the squeeze. 40 minutes of gens being blocked. If you get everybody before all the gens pop, and Pain Res. Good but unfun. And nothing more to be said. Pentimento. Good but unfun. Oh, sorry, actually. What am I doing? Pain Res is regression. And you go into the regression tier. But then Pentimento, you stay in good and unfun. Regression. Good and unfun. You're just seeing people, but it's okay. Merciless Storm. This is mid. Um, because it's not good enough to be good, but it can be fun. But it's not bad enough to be bad either. It's very mid. Darkness Revealed. Yeah, I would love to put it in fun at least, in good and fun. But any Dredge player can tell you, lockers are not the best. Any Dredge player, anybody that's also had the unfortunate love for Trickster, and everybody and their mother who loves Huntress, you won't get as much value with Darkness Revealed as you might like. Dissolution. It's it's not bad, but it's also not good because what happens if people just shift W away from things, they will just hold it forward. But it can be fun at times, but it's not bad enough to be bad, so you put it in mid. Septic Touch, bad and unfun. Shattered Hope, bad and unfun. Awakened Awareness. Is it utility? You can have fun moments with it every now and again. Sure, we'll put you up there. Superior Anatomy. This is something that's recently come to people's attention where it's passable and a bit of fun. So we give it that one. Terminus. Bad but fun. You are much better off just running probably no ed in 9 times out of 10. But it is kind of funny to see everybody run around with a chicken with their head cut off. So, and you have to injure people. It's not great, but it can be fun. because then they panic, and then you could do something like with Bloodworm, but in a vacuum by itself, eh. Face the Darkness. I like it. Good and fun. There's a mini game, keeps people guessing, gives you information. It's good and fun. Hubris. Very mid. Is it good? No, it's not. It's not good. I'm not even going to try to kid myself. It's very mid. Not bad enough to be bad, not good enough to be good. You can have fun times with it, or you can have unfun times with it because people just start pre-dropping. Nowhere to hide. Utility perk. It is what it is. Is it? People swear by it. I don't see the value nearly as often from it, but hey, good and unfun. Game of Foot. It's so bad, it's not even one of those perks that are fun to use. You will be more frustrated trying to get value out of this than anything. Leverage. It's not good. It's not great. I've used it a lot. Not a lot, but more than most. And it isn't particularly fun or unfun. No, I take that back. It is unfun. Mid, because it's better than bad. Whack. Bad and fun. You're not getting the most bang for your buck, but you get a bang out of pallets. Kind of, you are better off bringing a lot of different things over thwack. But if the conversation to be had is, can you get some fun out of it? I guess you can. Forced hesitation. Not particularly great. The radius is too small to be good on everybody. I just had a singularity build with it. It has to be on people that people will clump up against you. So it's very situational, but it can be fun in the right circumstances. Genetic limits. And it's not great. And you're not doing much. Machine learning. Oof, it's bad. You have to dedicate time to get it to be fun, but having to kick a gen and then kick a gen again to then have that gen pop, it's not great. Alien Instinct. It's mid. I'm not even gonna put it up there with good because it's mid. Again, certain circumstances it can be good, but yeah, you're just seeing people. Rapid brutality. I'll toss you a bone. I think it's overrated, but everybody swears by it lately, so we'll go with good and fun. An ultimate weapon, good and fun. So, out of all of the baddie perks, how many of them are good and fun? Or I guess more appropriately, because what the conversations are, there's more fun perks that are good. So, how many of them are fun and good? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 out of all of the baddies perks. Was it 88? I don't remember how many there are now. And let's Google it. DBD killer perks. Let's see how many there are. Let's do this together. Really, the number's not there? Do I just go to perks? Let's go to perks. 243. So there's 112. There are 112 baddie perks. So out of 112, 16 of them are good and fun. Sorry, fun and good. And again, by, subjective on the fun end, but let's be real with ourselves. Then we go to ones that are good, but not particularly fun. And you go, what, 15? One less? Sure, sure. 31 out of 112 are good. But then we go to ones that are just fun, okay? So let's see, 16 and how many spaces over? Is that 3? So 19 plus 16 is 35, yes? 35 out of 112, where they're fun, whether they be good or bad, not the best ratio either. That's not even half, right? And then you have a bunch of midness, which is just utility for the most part. And yeah, I think it speaks for itself. A lot of people are under the impression that there's just this oodle of things to work with that'll make all of your games fun while being good. That just isn't the case. If you want to choose from these 16, sure. But 16 out of 112 is a bit pathetic. No. Like, can we agree on that? Now, will I go through the survivor perks and do this? If you all want to see that, maybe I'll do that. But let's be real. Out of 112 baddie perks, 16 of them are both good and fun. Come on now. So, this is this side rant, tangent, ranking. I don't really know what this is, if I'm being honest with you. I just get tired of people making it seem like there's just a bajillion things that you can just use on everybody too. Like, Coup don't necessarily recommend it on uh, the special attackers. Like, you're not going to put it on demo. It's literally its power, but it's passable. Tinkerer, it's good, and you can have fun moments with it. But like, there are better things. Same with Bamboozle. I'm not asking you to put Bamboozle on. Who did I just use? Singular. A Trapper. Not asking you to put Bamboozle on Trapper. Will you be worse for it? Not necessarily. You can cut off their paths into traps, but like, do you want to be vaulting this much as Trapper? So, there's that. So yeah, that's my little soapbox on this. Tell me what you think. And yeah, if you like the video, like it. Got a comment from me, comment. And until next time, peace out, my monstrosities.